Good morning. You are listening to Superhuman Channel Talk Radio. I'm your host, Todd Smith, aka Mass Avenger. Hey, I just want to share some news with you all this morning. And this morning, I want to share part two of cinematic gameplay. And what I want to share is, you know, Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raiders for the Xbox One versus Uncharted 4. And the reason why I want to share this because it's been on my mind. I have at least 10 minutes to do this show, so I'm gonna make myself very quick, to share the information that I have, my thoughts, what I think about, this show. I recently just done, a couple of days ago, the first of this show called cinematic gameplay of Halo 5 Guardians and Uncharted series, and that's what I've been sharing, lately on this show. But this is the part two that I want to share, and it's just been on my mind, about Rise of the Tomb Raider that coming out. And Microsoft didn't push it back, or Swans didn't push it back to 2016. But I want to just share with you all what my thoughts about it, by cinematic gameplay, and including Uncharted 4, that I've been sharing. And I just want to share a little bit, on my thoughts, what I thought about Microsoft on this behalf, again, what I thought about, Halo 5, Guardians. And one thing I say is that the graphics is phenomenal. It's just the most beautiful graphics that I've seen, in next gen when it come down to, the graphics of the graphics of the universe, of how, the galaxy look and everything else, how they did Master Chief and the other characters that they had done in the game. But the problem that I saw that I didn't like, that they didn't tie it in with the cinematic. Every time you see this beautiful cinematic, in Halo 5, and this is a next gen system, you don't see the gameplay, tying in with that cinematic. You just don't see it at all. If I'm wrong, you correct me. Like I said, this is what we do. We share your news feed. We share, and recap for what we, see that, that's going on. But on this show that I want to share with y'all, the cinematic just don't tie it in, with Guardians. Do it make a big difference? Yes, it does, because it's just like you playing a movie, but in a special way, but I just want to share about Uncharted. This is not about fanboys or nothing like that. This is about, what spend your money on, and how wisely you spend it. And that's up to you how you spend your money, But at the same time, if I'm gonna spend my money, I'm gonna spend it on something that's worth playing. Um, that's how I think. If it's fun to you, then knock yourself out, you know. But this is very important to me that I want to share with you all, and what your opinion and what your thoughts, what you all think about it. What I want to share is with Rise of the Tomb Raider and Uncharted 4, you know, that I see both of these games, doing well. With Tomb Raiders, everybody knows it started from a PlayStation 1 platform. When they first started, pushing, 3D characters out, 3D graphic characters, and everybody remember how she looked, with the pixels still everywhere. Now it's not like that no more. But but at the same time, you saw when I think it was on Xbox 360, and then later it was on the PS3. You see the graphics comparison versus Uncharted series. When it started coming forward on the PS3 platform from Naughty Dog, and one thing that really stuck out to me was that Lara Croft still didn't have that edge, you know, a cinematic gameplay. You saw little of it, but you didn't saw that much versus Uncharted. Uncharted series. You have not seen it. You saw a little of it, but you didn't saw that much. And what I got out of it was that since Tomb Raider is on another platform, it should have been done better. Me and my co-host was talking about the Uncharted series on the PS4. They remastered it, and I'm here to tell you, man, that's the most beautiful remaster that I've seen. I saw it myself, and it's just beautiful. How they did it. First in the first Uncharted one, you didn't see Drake with hair on his face. On the PS4, you actually see Drake with hair on his face. You see so much detail that's going on, with Drake, and Scully and Elena and all the other characters that's in the Uncharted series. It was done different. Like he was saying, he said that they did more with the Uncharted 1 than they did, so much with Uncharted 2. When they got the 3, they ain't had to do that much when it came down to Uncharted 3. That's how Sony, do, in their studios, and Naughty Dog. But one thing I love how Sony did it, they still tie in the cinematic, with the gameplay. That's like I saw, in Uncharted 3, that when Drake had got Grave, got shot on his arm, got grazed by a bullet. And what happened is you saw that through the whole game, when they was running from this burning building, looked like a burning church, whatever they were running from. Then when him and Scully finally got out, you still see that gun grave, from the bad guy who shot on his arm. You still see it, and you still see the detail of his clothes and everything else. The cinematic was still there, So, I'm very impressed how they would do Lara Croft Tomb Raiders, how they would do this. Would they still tie in the cinematic gameplay, like they did in the past, just like Uncharted, with the cinematic, or they gonna turn around and just put a little cinematic with Tomb Raiders, Rise of the Tomb Raiders, then doing it full? Because all I can say is Square Enix actually doing this game. Square Enix should be able to turn around and make a cinematic gameplay all the way through. When I saw the trailer of Rise of Tomb Raider, it's a beautiful trailer. But at the same time, with that cinematic ties in with that gameplay that all of us want to see. I want to see that. I want to see actually the cinematic tying in with the gameplay. And that would be a wonderful thing to see, because my thing is this: Uncharted should never been ahead of Lara Croft. And Lara Croft is one of the first babies, when it come down to any Indiana Jones like playing game, should be lagging, when it come down to cinematic gameplay. And it is a big deal. Like I said before, it is a big deal. You want to see much good stuff as possible when it comes down to to console. If they say they carry this much horsepower, they carry this, they carry that, you want to see that in the game. And so far, when I dissect all these games, I see the big difference, when it comes down to cinematic. That's like I saw in God of War. I'm not telling everybody go out there and get God of War and all this type of stuff, but this is what I saw. In God of War 3, I saw the gameplay cinematic, gameplay cinematic tied up, and I saw Ratchet and Clank the same. So they actually have to get this stuff together, man, and do it better than what they doing. And that's all I have to say about that, man, because we'll find out this year, and see how Microsoft and Xbox doing, Microsoft, Xbox One, and the PS4, versus the PS4 with Uncharted doing this level. So you talking about Rise of the Tomb Raider on Xbox One, and versus the PS4 Uncharted 4. And that's what this discussion is about today. But thank you all for you all listening in to Superhuman Channel. I'm your host, Todd Smith, aka Mass Avenger. Thank you all for tuning in and listening in, and leave your comment. Thank you. Peace.